Welcome back, my friends, to The Chosen's Blended Harmony of the Gospel. I'm Nancy, this is Mandy, and we are on day 23, part 3, Spiritual Blindness. We are in John 9:25, talking about spiritual blindness. Jesus heard that they had thrown the man out, and when they found him, he asked, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" "Who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" he asked. Jesus answered, "You have seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking to you." Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. "I believe, Lord," he said, and he worshiped him. Jesus said, "I came into this world for judgment, in order that those who do not see and those who do see will become blind." Some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these things and asked him, "We aren't blind too, are we?" "If you were blind," Jesus told them, "you wouldn't have sinned. But now that you say, 'We see,' your sin remains." The Good Shepherd. Truly, I tell you, anyone who doesn't enter the sheep pen by the gate but climbs in some other way is a thief and a robber. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens it for him, and the sheep hears his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought all his own outside, he goes ahead of them. The sheep follow him because they know his voice. They will never follow a stranger. Instead, they will run away from him because they don't know the voice of the strangers. Jesus gave them this figure of speech, but they did not understand what he was telling them. Jesus said again, "Truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep didn't listen to them. I am the gate. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. A thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come so that they may have life and have it in abundance. I am the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, since he is not the shepherd and doesn't own the sheep, leaves them and runs away when he sees a wolf coming. The wolf then snatches and scatters them. This happens because he is the hired hand and doesn't care about the sheep. I am the Good Shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. I lay down my life for the sheep, but I have other sheep that are not from this sheep pen. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. Then there will be one flock, one shepherd. This is why the Father loves me, because I lay down my life so that I may take it up again. No one takes it up from me, but I lay it down on my own. I have the right to lay it down, and I have the right to take it up again. I have received this command from my Father." Again, the Jews were divided because of these words. Many of them were saying, "He has a demon and he's crazy. Why do you listen to him?" Others were saying, "These aren't the words of someone who is demon-possessed. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind?" Okay, love these two. Let's go back. Spiritual blindness. So Jesus heard the man was thrown out, and he found him, and he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" And the man says, "Who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" And Jesus said, "You have seen him. In fact, you're speaking to him right now." "I believe, Lord," he said, and he worshiped him. So see, there's the correct response. When Jesus does a life-changing miracle. Can you imagine being blind your whole life? I can't even imagine being blind for a day, much less my whole life. And then you're healed. And instead of nitpicking and shaking a finger and all these questions and all this, he just says, "I believe you are God. You are the Lord." And he gets down and he worships him. That is the correct response whenever Jesus does something amazing in your life. So then Jesus said, "I came into the world for judgment, in order that those who do not see will see, and those who do see will become blind." Some of the Pharisees heard that and they said, "Well, we aren't blind too, are we?" "If you were blind," Jesus told them, "you wouldn't have sinned. But now that you say we see, your sin remains." He's talking here about spiritual blindness. The Pharisees could see just fine, but their hearts couldn't see. They were just so blind in their hearts and just closed, and they just couldn't see. But Jesus was coming, and hopefully with all these miracles, they eventually will let their hearts see and become unblind, just like the blind man could finally see. And then the Good Shepherd. Truly I tell you, anyone who doesn't enter the sheep pen by the gate, but climbs in some other way, is a thief and a robber. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. And moving on, the sheep follow him because they know his voice. They will never follow a stranger. Instead, they will run away from him because they don't know the voice of the stranger. And so truly, I mean, the shepherd is going to be there. He's not going to climb in like a thief or a robber. But in our life, there's a lot of thieves and robbers that are trying to get into our hearts, right? We need to have, Jesus needs to be that gate. He needs to be laying there, blocking the way so other, fake shepherds don't come in. But unfortunately, a lot of people are following fake shepherds. And I love how he knows his voice. When sheep get mixed up sometimes in the field, all the shepherd has to do is speak and his sheep will come to him. They know the shepherd's voice. And I just love that. And we need to know our shepherd's voice. We need to be able to hear God through all the din and craziness and loud noises of the world. We need to be able to know his voice, and that when he speaks, that we can hear him and we can listen just to him. And then he says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, since he is not the shepherd and doesn't own the sheep, leaves them and runs away when he sees a wolf coming. The wolf snatches and scatters the sheep. This happens because he is a hired hand and doesn't care about the sheep. I love it. He doesn't say, I am a shepherd. He says, I am the good shepherd. And he is good. Even sometimes when we go through hard times and we think, are you really being good to me, God? He still is the good shepherd. Sometimes we need to go through pruning or through hard times so we trust him more. But I am so glad that I know that he is the good shepherd and I can always trust in him. And I love this line, I am the good shepherd, I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. I lay down my life for the sheep. Here he's given a foretaste of his sacrifice that's coming up. But he also says, I have other sheep that are not from this sheep pen. I must bring them in also, and they will listen to my voice. There is one flock and one shepherd. This is why the Father loves me, because I lay down my life so I may take it up again. I love how he says he's the good shepherd, but then he also says this sheep pen is not all the sheep. So he's saying these people right here, the Jews, they're not all the sheep. He has other sheep that he wants to bring into this pen. And so he's talking about all different people and even people in the future. We are those future sheep that he wants in his pen. His desire is that all men are saved and come to know him. And so we, as the good sheep in his little sheep pen here, need to tell other sheep, hey, come on over. It's good over here. Come join us, right? And so we can be witnessing to other little sheep and encouraging them to come into this sheep pen, because once you know the good shepherd, you just want to tell everybody about that. So I hope today you remember a couple things, that he is the good shepherd and that he loves you and that he gives his life for you. And the last thing is that he has other sheep that he wants to bring in. And we are part of that. We can be active in going out and loving other people and bringing them into the sheep pen. So I hope you remember all those good things and you remember that he is the good shepherd. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Harmony of the Gospel. You can get your own copy of A Blended Harmony of the Gospels by The Chosen simply by going to thechosengifts.com. There you can find all kinds of wonderful merchandise to help build your faith this year. Be sure to check out their devotionals and their Bible studies. Have a blessed day.